But Dad, isn't it time for illegal ham in the face? But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bri.
All right, I guess we're live.
What's up?
Okay, so sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning. Holy crap, Bri. Computer was freezing up, everything else. So I don't know how well the intro went, but it is what it is. Welcome in Legal Ham to the Face. What's going on, big fella?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for a warm-up. I'm not going to lie.
Sure. Today was okay. But, yeah, not warm this morning for sure.
We got Justin in the comments already. He's saying a hot dog is a taco. Right out of the gate, getting punched with that. James is here tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining in tonight. We're going to be talking some March Madness, some Cavs, some guards, special Fat Boy Tuesday, as we talk about criteria for us as we step into certain establishments. And then we are going to round it off at the end with our top 3 places that we haven't been to in Ohio. And I put historical places, but Bri, what I meant by historical is like, some of the favorite spots in Ohio that everybody seems to go to that you haven't been yet.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay. So, Bri, it is my turn for trivia today, but we do start out our show with some shout outs. Do you have any shout outs you got to get out this week?
The only shout out I have is a melancholy one. It's about one of my high school. Yeah, he was high school basketball coaches passed away. Keith Soy. He wasn't officially. He was like the varsity coach when I was growing up in elementary school and middle school, and so he was somebody so many people looked up to. He was a man of faith. He was a man who was a great role model for all the little kids getting into the Medina basketball program, and so much can be said for him and other programs as well, because he jumped around from school to school, and even when he was done being a great Hall of Fame head coach, he still was around the game as an assistant coach. So he passed away yesterday, so condolences, thoughts, and prayers go out to his family who's still in the area. And just a great guy, somebody who everyone looked up to, one of those guys who I don't think you'd meet one person who had a negative thing to say about him. So certainly some sad news, and the whole community of Medina is feeling that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. That's awfully sad, especially when you have a person like that gives back to the community the way they do. So thoughts and prayers. Sorry for you too, because I mean, that's obviously somebody that was close to you as you were growing up and playing. So
great influence on so many kids, really. Just all around, who you would envision you want coaching your kids, when you're not around them, is he was that guy in front of the parents, in front of the kids, and behind the scenes. He was just a all-around class act.
I'm sorry to hear that, Bri. That sucks.
It happens. He lived a full life, for sure.
For me, I got to the only shout out I got is kind of melancholy too. I got to shout out the Ohio State men's basketball team, which cannot play basketball for some odd reason. It feels like since Thad Matta left, they can't put a team together, and kind of disappointing right now, Bri. And our bracket's not looking the greatest, by the way.
Sorry, I got a spider crawling across my paper here. Our bracket isn't looking too good. We still got the final two teams, right?
We got 3 of the final 4, I believe.
Do we have Florida?
No, we did not have Florida.
Who's the
Let's
other
take a
Final
look.
Four team that we had?
Let's take a look.
Wisconsin? I don't think I would put Wisconsin in there.
Yeah, we put Wisconsin in there.
And the Final Four?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
geez.
So we had UConn, Illinois, and Gonzaga and Michigan. So Gonzaga.
No,
is
you had
one-
St. John. We had St. John's winning it all. You don't remember this?
Which one is this then?
It's, whoever St. John's over Michigan in the final, whatever one that is.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. Different one. So
We're doing any better.
Actually, we are doing better.
There you go. That's some good news.
Yeah, because we had St. John's win it all. So, okay, that was my other bracket. Sorry about that, everybody. So we got
Not
St.
doing
John's,
too hot.
Illinois, Purdue, and Michigan still in it. So we
All
have
right, all
of
four
our
Final Four teams. There you go.
All right. Son of a...
Now, do you agree with, I think it was somebody on Barstool, and I believe he was a former Ohio State men's basketball player. He said the Ohio State basketball fans are the worst fans in the country. Would you agree with that?
Did he give a criteria of why?
Oh, sure. He said they all parachute in after football season, and if you're not a top 10 team, they're just disinterested. Sounds kind of accurate. Like, are you interested in the team? They were 60th, maybe 50th best team this year.
Bri, to be honest with you, I haven't been interested in Ohio State basketball
Since they were a top 10 team.
No.
Sullinger and Kraft and
It was after that. They got a high seed coming in to the tournament. It was after Sullinger and all of them. I can't remember who was on that team.
maybe Evan Turner.
No, it wasn't even Evan Turner. It was the two brothers. Oh my God. I can't think of their names now. We had a center.
Yeah, not Dials.
No. You know
I
which
know
team
who
I'm
you're talking about.
right?
I know the guy. That was maybe 5 years ago or so, I think.
So I think that's when I finally checked out because they actually had a good team going into the tournament. And I think they ended up with like a 3 seed or 4 seed. And then they just got destroyed by somebody. It might even have been a 2 seed. They might have been a 2 seed and got destroyed by somebody. And I just went, all right, I'm done. I can't do this. Like, and I'm not saying that I don't root for them. I do, Bri.
Sure.
But
Sure.
I can understand where he's coming from with that. I mean, we're starting March Madness talk already. I can see where he's coming from with that. And I don't blame them. But the thing is it's almost like, can I put Ohio State men's basketball fans as like Guardians fans?
No, I think Guardians have good fans. They're smart enough to understand that they're playing with half a deck. That so they're actually grateful. Like, you just make it to the playoffs. Guardians fans are grateful. It goes to my theory that Ohio State diehards are just entitled millionaires' kids who's used to getting the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis, and then they go to basketball season and they're getting a Honda Civic. They're like, no, I'm good. It's not worth my time. And so let me just root for football, where we're going to be favored to win 95% of our games. We're going to sign all the major recruits, so their expectations are sky high. So when they have to come back down to the pack with these other sports, they're just not interested.
So it's like the Browns for us then. We have
What do you
playoff
mean?
teams and we're all sky high here, and then we come back to the Browns.
No, the Browns are the most beaten down. The Browns fans and Ohio State fans couldn't be further apart. The Browns are the most beaten down NFL franchise of the last 30 years.
No,
They're the opposite.
I mean, I get what you're saying, Bri. I think Ohio State men's basketball, seriously, I think it took a step back when Thad Matta left.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that.
And Holtman came in. I think they had all the and James said, he goes, I watch basketball. I think it went up to that point, and then after that point, because I'm not saying Chris Holtman wasn't like a top tier coach or anything like that. I'm not saying not, but it was just one of those ones. It was like you had that Mata who got you how far in the tournament, and in the Big Ten, he did amazing with the basketball program and stuff like that. And then it's like we get the new guy in, and it's like the basketball program just takes a nosedive. And I don't even know how to explain it, because like there's kids on this team I don't even know now, Brian. Beforehand, you always knew like the top recruits coming in, and now it's like I don't even know who this guy is. I to be honest with you, I can't name one player on Ohio State men's basketball team.
Oh, sure you can.
No, I'm being
the leading scorer in school history. You can't name that guy?
Nope. Is it John
Really?
Eagler? Nope. His brother's the head coach. I know that one.
No, he's on the team currently. The leading scorer in school history.
Yeah, not a clue.
All right. Maybe somebody in the comments will help you out.
Probably not, because nobody watches Ohio State basketball.
Which goes back to my saying. I mean, basketball is the second most popular sport, and Ohio State fans, just because they're not Duke and Kentucky, they're just what's second?
Wrestling.
Wrestling is the second biggest. Wrestling's bigger than basketball.
It might be right now at Ohio State.
No, I'm saying is a college sport in our country.
It is a college sport in our country.
I'm saying as a nation, what's the second most popular sport in college?
Probably girls softball.
It's basketball by far. And Ohio State has no interest because they're not Kentucky and because they're not Duke and they're not spoon-fed gold every single game. They just have no interest.
All right, Bruce.
Because there you go.
Yep.
Who is that?
James.
Attaboy, James.
Yeah.
You the man. You don't know who Bruce Thornton is?
No.
That was going to be a trivia question I had for you.
Well, I would have failed that one. I mean, but I do have a great trivia question for you tonight, Brian. It does,
oh, okay. Good segue.
I know it does contain NCAA March Madness and a legendary head coach, Brian. But our trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. If you can, please help out City Dogs. The kennels are full. They will be doing their spring clean out, I believe. They have a 5K coming up here in April. I have to check the calendar. I think it's April. Into April, they got a 5K coming up, and they got a whole bunch of other events. If you want to check out those events, go to their Facebook page, Friends of City Dog Cleveland. They have all the events there. Shows you how you can donate, volunteer, help out, whatever you can do to help out a city dog from City Dogs Cleveland. All right. Trivia time. All right, Brian. Trivia, which is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. I told you it was NCAA, and it was coaching, a legendary coach. Brian, everybody knows who Rick Pitino is.
Right.
And I've been high on St. John's this year. I've always thought that Rick Pitino has been a good coach. His time in Louisville, his time at Kentucky. So, Brian, where did he get his first head coaching job? And it's a trick question because he was interim head coach.
Oh, okay. Is it a Power 5 conference? Can I ask that?
No.
School, or is it's a small school?
It's a small school.
Mid-major. Okay. We'll throw up a Hail Mary.
Which will freak you out because he ended up being the interim head coach 2 years after he got done playing basketball.
Wow. Sounds like the Jim Valvano story. Okay.
All right.
I got you.
And we did forget one major thing, Bri. and I don't know how we forgot this. Chuck Norris,
Sure.
a great American institution, and the amount of Chuck Norris jokes that have been brought to this world, it's been amazing. But yeah, Chuck Norris passing away. I still can't believe it, Brian. I thought that guy was going to live forever.
Yeah, I mean, certainly his persona was eternal, and yeah, those jokes will go on forever. I heard a few after his passing that I'd never heard before that got a chuckle out of me, so I enjoyed it, and I thank him for all the entertainment.
Do you remember any of them?
One of them was along the line. I'll probably butcher some of these. One of them was along the lines of, God on the seventh day, God said, "Let there be light," and Chuck Norris said, "Say please." And then there was another one I can't remember now, but yeah, it was pretty good too. Do you have a favorite?
I think the two that I remember was it Chuck Norris is not afraid of the dark. The dark is afraid of Chuck Norris.
Nice. Okay, I think I remember the other one. Yep, go ahead.
And do you remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one?
No.
It said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not a cartoon. It was based on real life because Chuck Norris swallowed a turtle whole and crapped out a 6-foot black belt Ninja Turtle.
No, I never heard that one. The other one I heard was, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but Death had a near Chuck Norris experience.
That's a great one. Anybody watching right now, throw your best Chuck Norris jokes in the comments. We'll be playing them later. That's awesome, Bri. All right, Bri. Let's get into March Madness a little bit more, bud. So far, first two rounds, next rounds are coming up. So we got the Sweet 16 going into the Elite 8, and then obviously the Final Four. Bri, what big surprises did you take out of the first two rounds? It seems like it's been mostly chalk. It hasn't been a lot of upsets, but the upsets that have happened have been absolutely crazy. Like Iowa over Florida. I don't think anybody had that one. You know what I mean? But it seems like, though, the other teams are, I think Kentucky's loss was not good. So what did you make of the first couple rounds of March Madness, bud?
I thought they were great. I mean, just speaking based on the play and the excitement and the games coming down to the wire, and we had a few upsets, but it wasn't crazy or anything like that. But they were great games, and as we are one to do, we speak of our personal experiences. And I have not had a good first weekend, because I swear to you, every game that's come down to the wire, like buzzer beater, last second shot, I've lost pretty much every single one of them. So you say, "Oh, I was so close." You feel so smart because you're like, "I almost had that upset. It just came down to the last shot, and I needed it to go the other way." And so, yeah, it's been a bit of a bummer from that standpoint, but hey, that's what you ask for in March Madness. You want the unpredictable. Like you said, Florida losing to Iowa. I think I heard today that 90% of brackets had Florida in the Sweet 16. So, but you still have enough like big name teams and teams that have been there all year that are still around to give us some good games. And so it's so far so good. It's been great. I'm excited for this weekend of games. My only issue with it is some of these games are just on too late for me. But now we're into, I think maybe the latest start time might be 9:30 maybe, which is still pretty late. I'm not going to be able to stay up to watch it unless I really want to. But yeah, it's just been a lot of fun and a lot of games coming down to the wire.
Yeah, like yesterday, St. John's in Kansas, or what was it, Sunday, whatever it was. St. John's, Kansas coming down to the wire. Bright High Point making the run that they did, the little run they did. Texas.
Wisconsin, knocking off Wisconsin. Yeah. Texas
making the run they're making right now.
Sure.
You had a couple scares at the beginning because obviously Duke doesn't like to be the number 1 seed for some odd reason.
Can you believe it? Did you know, I thought I heard Siena only played like 5 guys all game long.
They did. They did.
That is like, for those 5 guys must be ultra human to go against the number 1 team like that. And they basically just ran out of gas, because how did the coach ever think that was a good idea, that you could just, unless they had massive injuries or something that I don't know about. But man, that's got to be, would have been maybe the greatest upset in college basketball history if they pulled it off.
Even Bri, you're Tennessee. Tennessee's chugging through too.
I haven't been watching much of them. Yeah, I think I had them losing to, who did they play second round?
Miami of Ohio. No, second round it was Virginia.
Did they beat Virginia?
79-72.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I guess I haven't been keeping super close tabs. I think my bracket is fried, so I haven't been paying as close of attention. But I'm with you and I, where the Final Four teams are still intact, and I think maybe 6 out of the 8 Elite 8 teams are still there. So I need a lot to go right, but I guess it could happen.
Does this change who you're rooting for to get to the finals now, Bri?
Oh no, my team is still around. My team is still a heavy favorite. I think if they're not the favorite, they're one of the top 3 favorites to win it all. So I still root hard for them, and then root for my bracket in those games that Michigan's not playing in. What about you? You say you're not an Ohio State basketball fan, but as every good Ohio State fan, and you're probably going to downplay it because Michigan does have a real shot at championship and say you don't care, but you have to be rooting for Michigan to lose.
God, Bri, you hit me with that one.
Well, yeah, it's an easy answer. Yes, I hate Michigan. Yes, I want them to lose. Okay. if you sit there and you tell me I don't care if they win, then I'm going to call you a liar.
Okay, Bri, it's not that I don't care if they win. I don't care about it enough. The only thing I don't want them to do is win the championship. Like they can run all the way through to the championship.
Right.
Fine. But I won't root for them in the championship.
Well, it'll probably be
against my team, St. John's, and the team that I'm rooting for right now. So, I mean, Bri, it's different. It's different. Like, I don't even know how to explain it.
Though. It's not.
What do you mean it's not?
If you're an Ohio State fan, you hate Michigan. It's cut and dry. You're trying to downplay it because Michigan basketball is at the top right now.
If the roles were reversed.
Yes, I would root 100%. I would root against Ohio State. Okay. If I turn on Ohio State wrestling and there's a wrestling kid who I've never heard of in my life and he's wrestling for the championship, I'm going to root for the other guy to win.
Okay, I'm just trying to keep it kosher here. I didn't want the true hate to come out.
It's not hate. It's just if you're truly invested in this rivalry, you're going to want to see the other team lose every single time they're wrestling or playing or fighting for anything. And that's what I expect a true Ohio State fan to say. Whether they want to admit it or not, I guess that's maybe a different thing.
Yeah, I don't want to admit it. I still want to keep it. I want people to believe that I'm a nice guy and I really don't hate Michigan that much, but we all know
it's not like you're hating a person. No, there's been plenty of people in the Ohio State rivalry that I have respect for. So it's strictly sports. Hey, Jim Tressel is a perfect example of a human, a man who I respect, but I can't stand him because he beat my team every year.
Well, it was easy to beat your team when you had the Polar Bear as the head coach.
No, I don't think he was. Was he around to play? Yeah, Rich Rod. Yeah, absolutely. We just handed you those games.
Because I think Brady Hoke came after Rich Rod, didn't he?
I think you're right. But I can't remember if Trestle was around for those or if that was Urban.
Oh no, that was Trestle. Urban had all hardball.
Okay. Yeah. We're getting old, so all the years run together.
Oh Jesus, God, do they ever? My God, I got to hey, speaking of years running together, Miss Maddie is 22 months old now. She's almost 2 already.
Yeah, she'll be 2
Jesus.
here the end of May. So we've already started talking what to do for number 2 birthday party, which is much watered down compared to the first one. So it won't be a whole lot of hoopla, but she loves animals. So take her to the zoo, take her to the petting zoo, something like that.
Oh, you definitely got to take her to the zoo.
We got a alpaca farm. I think it's alpaca.
Don't want to
down
do
here
that.
in Medina.
No, she'll get spit in the face. You don't want anything to do with those little demons.
You saying I wouldn't enjoy that a little bit?
What, your daughter getting spit in the face by an alpaca? Wow.
Well, as long as she's not hurt. It's funny if I caught it on tape.
Jesus, right?
I know my wife would laugh at it.
Oh my God. Jesus God.
She'll be fine. Get toughen her up.
Yeah, don't do alpacas. Evil animals.
I think they have other animals. She went and hugged on some baby goats this weekend, so she loved that.
I ever tell you about the story with Alexander and the turkey?
No. Oh, turkeys are nasty.
Well, I know, but they went to, I can't remember what farm it went to for like a school trip. And this kid was infatuated with this turkey. Just everywhere the turkey went, he went with the turkey. The turkey followed him. They were like best friends. And I'm like, of all things, a turkey. And I couldn't explain it. I look back and there he is petting the turkey. I'm like, you realize we eat that at Thanksgiving, right, buddy? Like that is the main course.
I'm just imagining, wasn't there a South Park episode where there was a turkey that followed around was it Timmy or one of the kids? Have you ever seen that? You know the one I'm talking about? Like he had like a neck. Yeah, his neck was like broken or something. Just follow the kids around.
Oh my God, we're getting off the rails already.
All right.
Let's get into Cleveland headlines, Bri. We'll do our quick little hiccups here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, before we get into the cast, Bri, hey, baseball's back, baby. A couple days. We got MLB baseball. I think actually tomorrow on Netflix, you got baseball with the Yankees playing. A lot of people made the team, Bri. A couple people didn't. Nolan Jones being one of them that is now in AAA now. Glad we traded for that guy. And Chase Slaughter made the roster, Bri. So right now we're all ready to go. Everybody's on Chase Slaughter watch. We did have on Lake Effect Lounge, we were talking to Brian Shaw about that. And I asked Brian point blank, do we need to put Chase Slaughter in bubble wrap when he goes out and plays anything in the field or at bat? Like the kid from Little Giants. I gave him I felt bad because I gave Brian so much shit, but I'm like, the guy, he had 3 games in spring training and then he got injured. And it's like, God, this guy cannot stay healthy.
Right. Yeah. I refresh my memory. Was he on the playoff roster?
At the end, yes, but he didn't play.
Okay, gotcha.
Like he came up to help out like the last couple games, but then I even think he got injured and had to go back down. So it's like this is like the unicorn talk of this guy, because I feel like we've been talking about this guy for like 15 years. And every time we talk about this guy coming up, it's like, he's injured again. Oh, he should be coming up here in a couple weeks, and he's injured again. It's like Jack Conklin all over again.
Chased a lot of wishes he was Jack Conklin. You took it right where I was going.
Jack Conklin 2008 or Jack Conklin now?
Any year, Jack Conklin, because Jack Conklin actually played in the league. Like, I have such Chase the Lauder fatigue. Like I can't believe we're back here because I feel like I just went through 3 months of Chase the Lauder talk in May and June and July. Everyone talking Chase the Lauder, a guy who has done absolutely nothing in Major League Baseball. Was he even a first round pick? Do we know? I don't know much about this guy, but I just know I am so sick of people talking about. If it's Bazana, then I understand it. He's a number one overall pick. He's supposed to be the future of our franchise. But this Chase the Lauder, oh my God. And I guarantee if I look at his numbers from AAA, AA, wherever he was playing, I guarantee I will not be impressed by them. Is he batting 330? Or is he hitting 40 home runs or anything? Like, I guarantee he's not hitting those numbers. So I don't know if Guardians fans are just grasping for straws or what the hype behind this guy is or where it comes from, because I'm out of the loop. I just hear everyone talk about Chase the Lauder, and I'm like, I don't think he's ever done anything. Like, who is this guy?
So he was the 16th overall pick in the first round in 2022.
Okay.
So he
we're in 2026 now, so 3 years.
So
he hasn't done a thing.
He hasn't done a thing. What's really funny is he did not play for the organization in 2022 because of a broken foot he suffered in the spring. So that starts out the whole Wikipedia page right out the beginning. He suffered a broken foot before he could even start playing baseball. But Bri, his stats, I'm trying to find his stats this year are actually really good. But like you said, it's spring training. He's not going to be nobody's going to be a 300 hitter anymore, Bri. Let's just be honest with that. But he's going to, I know, but he's going to give you 270, 275. He does have power. He's going to give you 25 to 35 home runs. So that's going to match up with, Jose Ramirez and everybody else they got. So, I mean,
if he can do that in the pros, yeah, I'd sign me up right now. But
until he does it in the pros,
right. That's why, I feel like I know I've heard more about Chase the Lauder than I've heard about guys who are on the actual team, and I don't know if that's just how baseball is.
Well, it is here because we're looking for a bat to come up and actually put some power. And that's pretty much the only power bat we have in our lineup down in AAA.
What happened? What do we know about this one guy? I swear last year in the draft, we got some mule from Texas A&M that's 6'5", 240. And I think we got him at the end of the first round or something like that. So let's start talking about that guy. I'd like to see that guy. Now, he comes up and he's probably Russell Brandon to where he can hit 450-foot home runs, but he's most likely going to strike out 5 times. But I don't know. I like I said to start out this whole rant, I have Chase the Lauder fatigue because I don't know anything about him other than I've heard his name 50,000 times since last May.
Oh yeah, I know, bud. I know. Now it's going to be Chase the Lauder and Bazana.
I said, I think Bazana is warranted because he's the number one overall pick. So, he could be our next, at least Stephen Kwan. At least that's what you expect him to be, your Francisco Lindor or something like that. It's not just a random middle of the first round draft pick that we have every year.
Now, Bri, this year, obviously, we do the way too early expectations this year. We did it last year. You and I were actually really close with our record prediction. Both of us were kind of around the 80s, 86, that kind of range. So, Bri, your expectations for this Cleveland Guardians team and the reason why I say and Detroit is kind of going all in right now because this is the last year they have Skubal. So they're trying to do whatever they can to win while Skubal is there. Bri, first off, do you think that they make the playoffs? Do you think they win the division? And give me a record.
I'm going to be optimistic, and I'm going to say they do make the playoffs. I think asking them to win the division is maybe a big ask because, like you said, Detroit is just they have more talent than we do, and they have that ace pitcher that I don't know if we have. which seems like it's been a long time since we could say that we didn't have an ace. So I think Detroit's going to be tough to track down. I think they're going to build up a lead, and I don't think it's very likely that we chase them down 2 straight years. But like I said, I'll be optimistic. I think we make a wild card, and I guess that means I'm saying because expectations are low, and national media is keeping Guardians fans' expectations low because most people are picking us to be third or fourth, if not last, in the Central. And so, just knowing the history of this franchise, I feel like 500 is the floor, but they're telling us that what's their over under this year? Maybe 76, 78 wins, something like that.
You keep
So,
talking. I will find it on DraftKings real quick.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere below 500. So for me, I think it looks similar to seasons of the past, to where I don't know a lot about our personnel because I'm not locked in yet, but I don't have to know because this seems to be a trend every year that you can trust our pitching, you can't trust our hitting. So trust our pitching, and we have a lot of young guys swinging the bat for the first time in the majors or second season, and so it's going to be fun to hopefully watch their development. If there is development, if there's not development, it's going to be very slow, very boring, very meticulous, and frustrating season. So that being said, I guess putting them in the playoffs, I got to give them at least 85 wins. That's what I'll say, 85.
All right. They don't have the totals here. Oh my God. Well, that's kind of normal. They got them plus 7,000 to win the World Series. You know what's really funny about that, Bri? Pittsburgh Pirates are in front of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, the disrespect is real by the national.
Well,
I don't understand it.
So right now they got Detroit and Kansas City above us.
Right.
And then us would be the third team. And then the Twins are just horrible. And then the White Sox are, Jesus, even more horrible. So it's going to be pretty much a three-headed race between the Royals, Tigers, and us. But the thing is, Bri, is what I like about this team going into this year is you have, first off, Tanner Bybee finally found some stuff at the end of the year, got his crap back together. Gavin Williams finally figured out how to pitch, and he is going to be huge for this. And finally, Cade Smith is going to get the closing role all the way through. So at that point
he's
in
a
time,
beast.
I think your starting pitching is like you said, it's going to be the anchor of everything. But I do like what they're setting up here with Jose Ramirez, with Steven Kwan playing center field. That frees up, a couple other people to play left field, right field. We had a lot of young talent last year. Angel Martinez show up in a couple games. Rocchio started showing up at the end. Still not a fan of Arias. And hopefully Bo Naylor kind of takes a step this year, especially after his performance in the World Baseball Classic. So, Brian, we still have a very, very young team. And if they can come together and play good and you get the guys, somebody gets hot, and plus, even though I am not a fan of him and everybody loves him for some odd reason, David Fry is going to be more healthier this year.
Oh, you're not a fan of him. That's my guy. That's my favorite player, I think, right now.
Of course he is. You don't even know who he is. Shut up.
I love David. Are you kidding me? He's Mr. Clutch in the playoffs. He's the anti-Darius Garland. He shows up big in the big moments.
I don't get it. You have a guy on the bench that only bats against left-handed pitching, and he doesn't play the field.
That's not his fault.
Well, he doesn't.
He can be our catcher, can he?
Technically, but he had
maybe not after his injury.
Yeah, he had Tommy John surgery, so he can't throw the ball. The only thing he can do is hit.
Put him DH. That's a perfect spot for a guy who can only hit. Give me something. I don't go to the ballpark to watch guys play the field.
Oh my God, you guys are killing me.
You see, that's a difference between you and I. You and I fully admit it. You're more the baseball guy. You're more the baseball purist. You can get excited about 2-1 games,
Okay.
and I watch a 2-1 game, and I'm like, that was a giant waste of time.
I can watch. Okay, so I respect the 2-1 game because it takes pitching and defense. I respect it. Do I like it? No. But Bri, a guy last year, even though he was injured, batting a whopping 171. Yeah, that points my needle north. I'm glad
Was
we got
that David
guy.
Fry?
David Fry last year.
Yeah, well, he was expected to, like, he was hurt for what, half the year, and then I feel like he never really even recovered. To make excuses for him,
Yeah, he
I
had
think
150 at bats, Bri, last year.
right,
150 at
right.
bats, and
So I think
hold on, 23 RBIs, only 25 hits, batting 171.
terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, he shouldn't be playing if that's the case. I think this is his last chance. Hopefully he understands it, and being healthy for the whole off season. Hopefully he comes back. I haven't been paying any attention to spring training at all. So hopefully his numbers in spring training have been pretty good. But I remember what he does in the big moments, and so that's why I'm a David Fry guy.
All right, Bri. Okay. My prediction. I think this is the year that they miss the playoffs.
Okay.
The only reason why is I think, and on paper, it's on paper. I think Kansas City and Detroit have a better setup than you going into this year, especially just talent wise. I mean, yes, we have Jose Ramirez, but I think Kansas City. So you'll be fighting for a wild card spot. And Bri, with that being said, I mean, you look at the teams last year. I mean, you had Seattle, you had Texas, you had a lot of teams going in for that wild card spot. And the only reason I think we're going to be above 500. I think we're going to probably win 85 games, Bri.
Ooh, same prediction, except I got him in the playoffs and you don't. I think 85. 85 is a stretch to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to get to the playoffs if they get 85 wins. So,
sure.
I mean, that's where I'm at with this team. I'm not saying it's not going to be a good year. I'm not saying that they're not going to be, fun to watch at times and everything else. It's not going to be, those shit years. But Bri, for the longest time, I'm waiting for a tank job from this Cleveland Guardians team just to gut it and rebuild it. But they just kind of, hey, we're in purgatory. They just keep rowing that boat in purgatory.
Oh, no, don't say the thing that came to my mind is, are we the Steelers of baseball?
We are.
Where we'll never be bad enough to really tear it down to the studs like so many teams have, and it's benefited them. The Astros come to mind, the Braves. I think the Tigers were terrible. What the White Sox are trying to do, like the White Sox could be miles ahead of us in the next 2 or 3 years because they're just tanking it and getting all this young talent. So is that what you have to do? And we're just not willing to do it.
We got Mike from the Guards Cast giving us crap right now. Said 85 wins. Come on. He goes, Shaw and I just talked about this team. Shaw has them at 92. He's got them around
I'll take that.
88 to 89. So I'm 3 wins off, and you're busting my chops on this? There's 179 games they play.
It's a weekend series.
That is true. Casey's in here tonight. All right, Brian, let's get into some Cavs talk, buddy. Cavs are getting ready to tip off here tonight against the Orlando Magic. Brian, there's still some injury concerns. And I know it's 162. I like to over-exaggerate. That's what I like to do on this show, Mike. I love you too, bud. I love those guys. But, Brian, the one thing that's concerning me right now, obviously, is injuries, but Jarrett Allen's tendonitis
sure.
in his knee, he's been out for it feels like a month.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good. And we're not like cruising without him. So gives you some concerns. You start thinking like, well, is Jared Allen that integral to this team's success? Like, is his struggles in the playoffs the reason that the team has struggled in the playoffs? Like, it makes you start to rethink all this stuff.
Mhm.
Like, he's been terrible in the playoffs. So does that mean, he's kind of the motor that gets? Obviously, Donovan Mitchell is the most important player on the team, but I think a lot of us downplayed Allen's significance. Like, oh, is it really a big four? It's kind of like a big three, and then Jared Allen's kind of like a nice rotational or role player. But maybe he is this important to this team. I don't know. I can't explain it. But yeah, certainly what we've seen over the last couple weeks, several weeks now, makes you think that maybe there's more to it than just Jared Allen being a poor man's Evan Mobley. Maybe he's better than that. Maybe he has more to do with our team's success than we thought originally.
Yeah, and it's kind of shocking because, out of the core four, all of us were like, all right, we got to get Jared Allen out of here. He's just going to, and right now, seeing this team without Jared Allen, I have to say, Bri, I mean, I'm going to bite my tongue a little bit and say I'm sorry for some of the things I said, because some of the stuff he does that, we kind of like take for granted, like, I don't know, rebounding. It feels like Evan Mobley is not inside the paint like he should be, because they're trying to do him as a stretch forward and everything else. But it always constant. Like, Jared Allen always gets 10 rebounds. And there's times I look at Evan Mobley's score sheet and he's got like 4. And I'm like, dude, you're 7 foot tall. Why are you only getting 4 rebounds?
He's not as tall as you think. He's like 6'9". Like his afro.
Evan Mobley?
He's 7.
Oh,
no. Oh, okay.
Jared
I'm
Allen.
sorry. I thought you were talking about Jared Allen. Yeah, Evan Mobley is probably close to a legit 6 or 7 foot.
Yeah, I know. His afro brings him up to like 7'6".
He's LeBron's height, but his afro makes him like a center.
I'm just jealous of it. I wish I could have hair like that. I can't.
You and me both.
Man. But yeah, I mean, it's surprising that we think that, Jared Allen was the one that we wanted to trade off his team, and he's the one we kind of need right now, getting ready for this playoff run. And I hate to say it, I think that right now, and it's kind of scares me, that James Harden is the best player on the court right now, and not Donovan Mitchell, and that needs to be reversed. It needs to be Donovan Mitchell being the best player on the court right now and not James Harden. There's a lot of things that scare me about this team right now, Bri, and we don't have a lot of time left before the playoffs hit. But the thing is we all started joking about, I forgot how long the playoffs. If they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, Bri, that's Memorial Day. That's 2 freaking months away.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget the Cavs won a championship on June 19th, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Or 16th or something. 16th. So, yeah, that's a long ways away before, actually, June is when the finals start.
Isn't this the 10-year anniversary?
It will be, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit, I can't wait for that special.
I'm not worried too much. I understand what you're saying about Donovan Mitchell, but Donovan Mitchell shows up year in and year out in the playoffs, and he's the only one that does or has for the last several years.
Nicked up too. I mean,
yeah. So that is a concern. You're right. But that could also be them knowing how important he is to their playoff success, to where they're being ultra sensitive to any aches or pains that he has, because we know we need a 100% Donovan Mitchell. And in years past, towards the end of the second round, he started to really get gassed.
Yeah. Because he had to do everything. He
Right.
didn't have a James Harden, even though, hey, it's hilarious now. Darius Garland decides he wants to play now and throw up 50 points a
I'm
game.
not worried. I'm not worried about that. That Darius Garland's a very good regular season player, so I did not expect anything to change.
No. I just have to bust balls because everybody's like, oh, he scored 41 points. Why do we trade him? I'm like, because it's Darius Garland.
He's
I don't
done
know
that
what
in Cleveland in March.
All right, Brian, I'm gonna hold a gun to your head. All right. We know what this roster is made of. You've got to get it to 8 people. 8 for your playoff roster. Who are those 8 people going to be? This is Big Bri's list.
Okay, so this isn't what I think they're going to do. This is what I would do if I was the coach.
If you were the head coach of this team, this is what you would do. So give me your 8 guys, and I will give you an honorable mention 9th, just in case.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. This is going to be hard because of the roster construction, and I have issues with it because we have become so dependent on Evan Mobley and Jared Allen to the point where we don't have any other like NBA bigs to come in if one of them goes down.
You do.
And so, okay, tell me.
Bryant's sitting on the
I
bench.
know you've been singing Bryant's praises all year, and I would agree with you. He's probably our third best option.
Did he not help Indiana make a run?
He did. But for whatever reason, I don't think he's going to be a part of our. This is where it's tough too, because I know what Kenny Atkinson's going to do. He loves him some Dean Wade, and so Bryant's going to be the odd man out. I know that already, but I don't trust Dean Wade at all. I know.
Big Bry's.
Well, and that's why it would be nice because we could get by with Allen and Mobley as our 2 bigs if we had like a 6'8", like a DeAndre Hunter from last year. If we had like a 6'8" wing that could play 4, but we don't have that, and so
Dean Wade.
Yeah, no, get out of here, stop. He hits a couple threes every couple weeks, and people get
everybody
excited.
Loves him.
I know, right? That's why he's the only thing like that they feel like they have, and I wish it was Larry Nance Jr., but it's not going to be him. So, all right, let me just start talking through it. So obviously you have Mobley, Allen, Harden, Mitchell. I feel like the 2 guys you traded for, and Schroeder and Ellis. So is that 6?
Mm-hmm.
I have to find a place, as long as he's healthy, I have to find a place for Max Strus because I know he's very streaky, but I feel like he has the mental makeup for playoff basketball. He has the toughness that nobody else really has on this team, at least last year's team. Now, maybe Harden and the new guys have it this year, but I have that burned in my brain that other than Mitchell, Strus is the only dog that we have. So I have to find minutes for him.
Mm-hmm.
So does that get us up to 6?
That's 7.
That's 7. Right. And this is where I struggle because you need another big to play. Do I trust Wade? No. Do I trust Bryant? I trust him more than Wade. So I guess I have to, by default, put Bryant in there. And then I'm leaving a lot. Well, Jalen Tyson. I got to have him in there. So
that's your 9.
No, Bryant. I'm gonna kick Bryant off.
Brian's off. Tyson's in.
Bryant's off. Tyson's in. So that's 8, and then you have to, because again about the roster makeup, you have to have Merrill be your 9th guy but you have to be disciplined to where if he's not lighting it up in the first half, he doesn't play in the second half. But again, Merrill and Wade, Dean Wade are the 2 guys that I feel like this coaching staff just falls in love with, and they're going to give significant minutes to, no matter how big or how small the moment is. They're just going to trust those guys, and I wish they wouldn't. I'm with you. I like Bryant more than Wade. I think he has the experience. He has the size. He has the aggressiveness that nobody else in the post has. But yeah, if you're forcing me to put it to 8 with a ninth guy who's kind of spotty, then I would say Merrill's my ninth guy.
Okay, Brian, you and I agree on a lot of things. Okay, I got it. Mine, gotta have Mitchell, gotta have Harden, Mobley, Allen. I'm with you on Strus. Okay, there's one I'm not with you on though.
Okay,
Schroeder. I think Schroeder.
He's got the experience though.
I know. I think Schroeder takes a back seat. For me personally, that gives you Ellis, Tyson, Merrill, and Bryant. And then there's your 5. I think, and Schroeder's older, and I know he has experience and everything else, but I think they made that trade for Keon Ellis and not Dennis Schroeder. I mean, do you think so?
I think it was a mixture of things. I think at the time you made that trade, you didn't have James Harden in your back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So they made that trade.
Now,
we need another guy to handle the ball, and that was Schroeder at the time.
And the great thing is, though, is if somebody does get injured in that group, whether it be Merrill, anybody else, Schroeder takes the next step in. So Schroeder's right there. But, I mean, you're still leaving out Craig Porter Jr., who has helped this team.
Yeah, but they've done that every single year in the past.
And I know, but I think Schroeder is the odd guy out going into this because I do think that to get through the Eastern Conference, and I'm not saying we've been talking about physical about this team for I don't know how long. It feels like 5 years now that they're not.
Since they got bullied around by the Knicks.
I think if Bryant is on this roster going into the playoffs and this playoff roster, that gives you the guy that can be physical down low. Just be a minutes. Plus, Bri, he has a 3-point shot that Jared Allen doesn't have.
Does he now?
Are you kidding me?
I honestly I haven't seen him play a ton with the Cavs because I don't get Cavs games. So I just see highlights. Brian can knock down the 3. Okay, that's good. If that's the case, then yeah, I'm all for it. I've seen him play like sporadically when I went there, when I went to see him in December. But yeah, I don't recall. But I'm not saying you're wrong because you probably watch more Cavs games than I do. And I'm certainly on the Bryant boat. I think he should play over Dean Wade. I think there should be times where he's in there over Allen or Mobley if they're having an off night or if they're just getting pushed around. Because you need to tell Bryant, hey, get in there and be our enforcer, be our Tristan Thompson-like guy. Even if you're not scoring the ball, we need somebody to be a presence down in the paint.
Bryant is a 35% three-point shooter.
It's okay for a center. I mean, so he can knock down if you need him to. If they leave him wide open, he can knock it down. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and that frees up some other stuff. But I mean, that's what I would think I would do if I was the head coach of the Cavs. That would be my 9 that I would go with.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody watching, give us that click, like, and subscribe. Give us your 9 that you would go with going into this playoffs. Like you said, there's room for movement, but I agree with you on the Max Strus, even though I don't like it because I don't think Max Strus has got his feet underneath him yet because he's missed so many games. But Max Strus is that kind of guy that will maybe give you 10 points, but the hustle effort on certain plays gets you 14 out of him, or 16 out of him. Just the hustle effort from him, I think, is what is key with Max Strus.
Yeah, and I think on some teams, a Max Strus is expendable. Like it's not okay. Max Strus is okay, but he's very streaky. we don't really need him. But on the Cavs, when you need toughness, I think you need a guy like Max Strus. You can't just have guys sit out and chuck threes or not get into the paint and scrap it up a little bit. And I think Strus, just by being on the floor, he's gonna try to hold his teammates accountable and really up the energy level on the floor.
We still both Eastern Conference Finals.
As far as what expectations or
Predictions.
Predictions. I mean, for me, so much is dependent on the draw. If you get the Knicks or the Celtics in the second round, no, I think you lose. I think you are clearly, in my mind at least, you're the number 3 team between those three. Now, I think we can beat the Pistons, especially with the uncertainty with Cade Cunningham's health now. So you feel good in that series, but honestly, I'm not even 100% confident that we can win a first round series. Like I said, with against Toronto or Orlando, I think it could be like a couple years ago to where it's going 6 or 7, and there's going to be times where you doubt this team. It's not going to be like Miami last year where they just laid down and it was a giant party for 4 games.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I still think that they can make the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they should make the Eastern Conference Finals the way they moved everything. If they fall short, I'm going to be very disappointed if they fall short, because this was the year that you should have taken that next step. And you and I've been talking for the past, 3 years about this Cavs team of its steps. So you got to make the playoffs. We made the playoffs. We got to get to the second round. You got to get to the second round. Now you're at that point now where it's Eastern Conference Finals or NBA Finals. And those are the steps that you have to take. And I think they're right at that step.
Oh, for me, that was last year. You can make the argument that was 2 years ago, but then we ran into a clearly more talented Boston team. So you thought, okay, we just had bad luck. All right, as long as we can avoid Boston last year, we're going to be good. And then, what happened? And so
Indiana.
And you had the coach of the year, you had the number 1 seed, so you're not going to completely blow it up, which I understand. Even though I would have made some Darius Garland moves in the offseason, or Jarrett Allen, as much as it pains me to say, or if you could sell high on Evan Mobley, because there's a chance if Evan Mobley is a flop again in the playoffs, his trade stock is going to go down significantly. Like we talked about at the trade deadline, should you do Evan Mobley for Giannis?
Mm-hmm.
Like if he's putting up right now,
yeah.
But if he puts up 13 and 6 in the playoffs, the Bucks aren't going to do that. One of the greatest things about Evan Mobley right now is his potential, and he's young and he's great at defense. At a certain point, he's not going to be as young anymore, and he's not going to have that potential for his offensive game to take that next step that we've been asking for years and years and years, it feels like.
Yeah, I just want this team to be good without LeBron. You know what I'm saying, Bri?
You have the superstar. I think Donovan Mitchell is the right guy. You just have to get the right guys around him. And I thought I saw. I'll let you finish your point after I tell you. I saw a redraft from the year that Evan Mobley was drafted. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know if Evan Mobley was a top 5 pick. So, as great as we think he is in Cleveland, around the NBA, he's not even a top 5 guy in that draft.
Well, who did they have us taking then? If it wasn't,
it might have been Scotty Barnes, maybe. Okay. I forget who else was in. It was Cade Cunningham was still number 1. I don't think Jalen Green went number 2. I'd have to look at it, but yeah, I don't believe he was think maybe one of the Pistons guys, whoever Duran or Duran.
Oh, Duran.
He might have been. Yeah, he might have been in that draft, and they had him going over Mobley. So, I mean, we love him Mobley because he's a great inspiration, a great role model for the city of Cleveland, and seems like a great dude and certainly tries hard. But eventually, you just need more out of him.
Well, hopefully we can get it out of him in the playoffs, Bri, because we're going to need it. All right, now, Bri, transition over to Fat Boy Tuesday. Do you want to do Fat Boy Tuesday this week or push this one to next week? Because we are an hour in already, and we still have.
That's true. I see that. Yeah, we can do it next week. That's fine.
Okay,
you're right.
So we'll save that for next week, and you got the show sheet for next week, correct?
Yep, you got it.
And I appreciate it, my friend. The one thing I do have to ask, though, is you leave me the top three, because there is one thing I've been wanting to ask you. So our top three next week, Bri, and I'll give it to you right now if you want to write it down for me.
I got you.
All right. So I just watched Wimbiana last night,
and
we have all these young talent coming in. If you were a GM and you had an expansion team in the NBA, and you got to pick your star centerpiece, give me the three players that you would pick for your star centerpiece.
So you're saying the whole entire league is free agents, and we're having an expansion, like a fantasy draft, like you do in
we're
Madden.
having a fantasy draft. So if you're building a team, and you're only getting one of these guys, but I want you to rank them. So
your top three, your first pick, your second pick, and your third pick.
Yes.
Okay.
That sound good?
Very good. Because obviously you can't just take the top three players. You have to factor in age and health.
Exactly. So that means, like, hey, for years it's been LeBron James and Kevin Durant, and it's changed now, Bri. Yeah, things have changed now.
That's a good question. Yeah, I'll have to chew on that a little bit.
All right, we will get into our top. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. And then we'll do our trivia afterwards. So let's play the sounder. All right, Brian, we have grown up in Ohio. We have lived in Ohio, and there is many historical places, fan favorites, all that kind of stuff. Bri, it goes back to childhood and everything else. I wanted to get your top three places that you have never been to in Ohio.
Okay.
If you want me to go first, I will go first just to kind of help you out.
Yeah, go ahead.
So number three for me is Put-in Bay. I've never been to Put-in Bay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've never been to the Erie Islands. Never been to Put-in Bay. None of that.
I will go with you. I'm always looking for a reason to go to Put-in Bay. I haven't been in years.
Yeah, so I've never been. Everybody tells me it's awesome. Go party at Put-in Bay. Never been. Never been to Put-in Bay. Number two, Bri. Even though I have driven through it on the highway, I have never been in the city of Cincinnati. Columbus, Cleveland. 71 South. I'll drive right through Cincinnati. I have never got off the highway in Cincinnati to check out Cincinnati. And my dad tells me I have to because they have casino boats down there. And they have Montgomery and Barbecue down there.
Oh, sure.
And Skyline Chili is down there, even though I'm not a fan of Skyline Chili, but I'd still go for Skyline Chili.
Gold Star.
The whole Cincinnati. And then, Brian, my number one. And every time I go see my father, my family, I pass it all the time. I see it all lit up. I see the football field. I see all of the brand new stuff that they're doing. I have never been to the NFL Hall of Fame.
It's a good one. That's good. It's a surprising amount of people that live in Ohio have not been there.
Like seriously, when I go down my dad's, I seriously drive past it
Oh
all
yeah.
the time. I look at the stadium. I look at all the other fields they got. I look at the Canton McKinley Auditorium that's right there, or whatever the hell it is, and all the new stuff they're putting. I have never stopped and went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Well, and now they're building up like shops and
Oh yeah,
restaurants and stuff. I think
there's a
there's a brew
barbecue place
kettle
down
down
there
there.
too. There's a
Yeah,
barbecue
so
place
that's
down there
very
too.
cool. I haven't been there. So I went there to a Hall of Fame game a few years ago with my one buddy who's a big Buffalo Bills fan. And then I've been there. But like you, I went there when I was young with my dad, but it's been probably at least 30 years since I've been there. So I'm sure I would enjoy it a great deal now. That's good. So yes, I've been to all the places that you haven't been to.
Can
So
I give
maybe
an
you've been
honorable
to a
mention?
lot. Yeah, because I got a couple here too.
Honorable mention here in Cleveland. I've never been to West Side Market.
Interesting. Yeah, you got. Oh, you'll love West Side Market.
I know. I keep telling my wife, and then she's like,
You gotta go. They
all
give
right.
out. My wife loves it because they give out samples.
Oh, they're samples, people.
For the most part, if you're nice about it, you ask them. Yeah, it's very cool though. Definitely a cool experience. You should go this weekend. Maybe in the summertime would be better when they have like produce and stuff like that because you can haggle with them a little bit for the produce.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend that. I mean, it's not a life-changing experience or anything, but it's very cool.
All right, your turn, bud.
Okay, so I got 3, and yeah, I've been very blessed to be a lot of cool places in Ohio, but still there's more I haven't experienced. My honorable mentions, I had 2 of them. Kelly's Island was one. I went to Kelly's Island when I was very small with my parents, so I really have no recollection of that, but I hear it's a great time. And then the other one is I hear about these Ohio caverns,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never been there, so I don't know a whole lot about them, but they sound very cool.
Yeah.
And then okay, my number 3, I'm gonna give some love to Columbus, and I'm gonna say the Columbus Zoo because I hear that's one of the greatest ones in the country. Is that correct?
Yeah. I've never been to Columbus Zoo either.
Yeah. Who's the guy? Isn't
Jack
there a
Hanna.
famous Jack Hanna? Thank you. Yeah. Jack Hanna has some association with that. So especially now with having a little one who's very into animals, I think that would be a great experience. So that's my number 3. My number 2 is one that's I think maybe I've driven past, but I go in that area all the time, and it's the Christmas Story house. One of my favorite, if not my favorite Christmas movie. And I've never taken a tour of the house. And I think even my wife got me it for Christmas one year, like free passes or a free tour or something. And we just never ended up using it. So that's my number 2. My number 1 might surprise you a little bit. And again, I go past it all the time. I walk past it every time I go to a Browns game, and that's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Never been in it.
Wow, you've never been. So that was shows you how exotic my honeymoon was. That was part of my honeymoon was going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've never been there.
Sweet.
So yeah, we went there, and then the Natural Science Museum right beside it,
right?
Which is great. Hey, by the way, Miss Maddie would probably love the kids section there.
Great idea. Yeah, my wife said when she was little, she went down to one in Columbus, Cosi. Have you heard of Cosi in Columbus?
Oh yeah.
She loved that. So yeah,
school trips went to Cosi.
So yeah, that's I think where she went to it.
And I'm with you. I've never been to the another one, Mansfield Reformatory.
Oh, I've been there. It's a lot of fun, especially if you're a fan of the Shawshank movie. Very cool.
But yeah, Columbus Zoo. Now I remember like going to Geauga Lake and SeaWorld when it was here. So I remember that. But yeah, like there's certain places like in the caverns. I think you would love the caverns, Bri.
So it says it's in West Liberty. I don't know exactly where that's at.
So I think there's two different sets. So I know there's one up here towards us, like towards like Mansfield area, but the
Okay.
ones that we went to are down towards Athens and down in the hills down there.
Yeah, never really ventured that far.
Hold on. Let me make sure because I don't want to misspeak because I've been there and they have been. It's amazing walking through there because you just. All right, so caverns.
My family being a big Mac family, I've been to a lot of the Mac campuses. I've never been to Ohio University, and I've never been to Miami. So I wouldn't mind taking in a Toledo game at those places.
Obviously, I went to the wrong side. So it is on the other side of Columbus. It is in
West side?
Yeah, it's on the west side. Let's see here. Trying to find above Springfield.
Okay.
So
maybe on a trip to Indianapolis or something.
Yeah, so it's West Liberty. West Liberty is right. Is the city where it's right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like maybe an hour west of Columbus.
Okay. Yeah, I'd check it out.
Why did I keep thinking it was down towards Athens? Yeah.
Maybe like Hawking Hills, kind of like Hawking Hills has Old Man's Cave or something that I've been to. Yeah.
And the Devil's Butthole.
Is that in Hawking Hills?
Yeah. I think it was called the Devil's Butthole.
I think I would stay away from that one if given the chance. I don't want to mess with that. No, thank you.
Hey, after a night of hot wings, that's what happens is the Devil's Butthole.
I'll take your word for
it. All right, Brian. So I gave you trivia, which is brought to you by City Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Please volunteer, donate, or adopt a City Dog from City Dogs Cleveland. All right. So Rick Pitino, first head coach, 2 years after he graduated college and played at UMass. Do you know the school?
I came up with the most obscure school I could think of was Valparaiso.
Not even in the same time zone.
I don't even know where Valparaiso is. Do you?
Indiana.
Valparaiso's in Indiana? Get out of here. So. Kudos to you.
Now I'm going to double check. Brian, he went to Hawaii. Was his first
Hawaii. Wow.
Coaching job. He was the
talk about living it up.
Okay.
Head coach at 25 years old in Hawaii?
Yes.
What a life. Good for him.
Yes, it's in Indiana. Hell yeah. I got it right.
There you go.
Valo's in Indiana. So, yeah, so he started out Hawaii, and then that's when he went to coach on to all the other schools, Providence and all them. So, yeah, Hawaii was his first interim head coach job in 1976.
Nice. Okay. They were what is Hawaii?
Rainbow Warriors, baby.
Is that what they've always been, or did they change?
No, they've always been
Rainbow Warriors. Rainbow Warriors. Okay, gotcha.
So, hey, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Brian, I greatly appreciate it. Give us that like and subscribe on all of our channels. Like I said, you watch the show. If you watch it later, like a couple people do, give us your comments. We'll answer the comments on YouTube as they come in. Give us your Cinderella story this year in March Madness. Give us your starting 9 for the Cavs. Give us your, record for the Guardians coming up, and give us your top 3 places they've never been to in Ohio, and see that if we've been there or not. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Bri, God bless them, my friend.
God bless you. God bless America. Go Blue.
All right, we are Legal Hand in the Face. We want to thank our troops and first responders for everything you guys do. We are definitely uncorked, unloaded, and we will see you guys next Tuesday. Have a great night, everybody.